What's up? What's up? Another week. Fresh week. Yeah, we did have some action here on MLEC here at 7 a.m. I was up a little bit early today, and I was able to trade in this area. No, maybe in here. Maybe in here. I was able to pull out 80 bucks on MLEC. Small trades for the most part. And then we had, I tried AGBA. I tried this one here after we saw that breakout. I tried to get in here on the pullback, but then stopped out there for a small loss. Missed a huge run on NKGN. Oh, okay, yeah, NKGN. The only problem was low volume. NKGN. This one, yeah, the only problem was like all this was like light volume. Only 100,000 shares here. Here, I guess we did get a spike, 200,000 to 300,000, but it was very short-lived, very hard to capture, very risky as well. Because this next candle, man, wow, that's something that can ruin your day early in the morning. Let's see here. NIVF is another stock here on the scan. NIVF. Okay. Break at 146. Whoa, okay. That picked up pretty quick there. Signs non-binding term sheet for potential reverse merger with European Wellness Investment Holding. Potential reverse merger. So I guess splitting into two companies, I assume. NewGen issues 53 million of ordinary shares to shareholders to issue in exchange for 100% equity interest in a $5 share represent amount of 260 million. Reverse merger. This is the first time I've seen a reverse merger catalyst. Let's see here. Interesting. It's saying reverse mergers allows privately held companies to become publicly held at a lesser cost. So issues. Okay, so it looks like this company is issuing 53 million of shares on this company to shareholders of EWIHL, which I guess is European Wellness Investment Holdings, in exchange for 100% of equity in their company. So I guess, so EWIHL is a private company, and this company is issuing its shares off of its market to that private company in exchange for 100% equity in that company, in that private company. Interesting. This is the first time I've ever actually seen something like that. I've never even knew that existed. So learning something new today for sure. Yeah, that would have been nice to jump in here for the break of this area here, but it just kind of just jumped up. I didn't even have time to get in for the high day test. Kind of just jumped up there. I think, let's see, NIVF, I guess that's a pretty decent catalyst. I've never seen this catalyst before, so I don't know what it's going to entail. However, it's already up 80% on 5 million shares. I know the float's pretty low. Price range, oof, we're very close. We're on, where did this close here? I assume price closed here at 77 cents. So if it closed at 77 cents, the halt bands are not going to be limited to 15 cents. It's going to be high, could be higher than that. That's if it closed at 77 cents, which it looks like it did, but who knows? It's such a low volume, you can never tell what the last order was. Because if the last order was sub 75 cents, then the halt bands are going to be 15 cents, which is going to be tight. So hopefully it's above that 75 cents. I think I can check with the daily chart actually. Previous day high. So here it would be this day. So closed at 77. So yeah, so it's above the 75 cents, which is good. NIVF. Let's take a look at the daily. And then we can take a look at the float. So it looks like it IPO'd last week, which is good. So recent IPOs tend to have higher volatility because of there's not being a lot of previous price action history and strong resistance areas, and also not strong support areas as well. So, high risk, high reward. But we're coming up on a resistance area here, a slight resistance here at 158, around 158-ish or 155-ish. If we can break that, then we have some room, maybe up to 2. And since it's very light volume here on this IPO day, we could see a surge all the way back up. It really depends who's buying this up. Is it going to be the big banks, or the big banks and big traders looking to get involved here, or is this going to be like a quick pump and dump? I kind of like this, that we're hanging around in this price area. I don't want it to come down too low, but if we can hold this area, it'd be very nice. I don't want it to break below 117. I don't want it to make a lower low. Ideally, I want to see a higher low. How many shares did you trade at pre-market? Usually on that other stock, 300 to 500. Actually, no. I think I had a couple up to 1,000 shares on MLEC. Maybe anywhere from like 500 to 1,000, or 300 to 1,000. So not big, not big share size. $4.29. No, this is ML. MLEC has a 4.29 million share float, which is good. We'll see on MLEC. NIVF has a float of 2.68 million shares, with outstanding shares of 10 million, but float is 2.68 million. So it looks like there's insiders holding, which is good. The SPAC warrants, special acquisition company warrants at $11.50. $11.50, that won't come in play. All right, looks like we're looking good here. NIVF, I kind of like NIVF better. MLEC might be already good. I don't know. It's tough to say. It still looks pretty decent. However, sometimes the pre-market winner doesn't correspond to the open winner. So, what do you consider when trading stocks, i.e. floats? Yes. Float, I like to trade stocks with a float under 10 million ideally, but I will trade higher float stocks, maybe up to 50 million, depending on the volume. If it's a higher float, you're going to need a higher amount of volume to make a similar move because it has more shares to churn on the market. There's going to be, bigger blocks. So it's going to need more volume. That's why I like lower floats, because it doesn't need as much volume to make a very nice move. And I also like my price range. Ideally, I like it under $20, but recently I've been getting more comfortable with price over $20. Like rent, I was trading over $20, and I did pretty well on that. So I do consider trading over $20. But again, when you start getting into the higher price, since it's a larger spread, usually it gets a little bit more riskier than trading these tight spread stocks, which are usually smaller in price. So that's why it's a little bit more advanced when you start to get to stocks over 10 or 20 bucks. Another thing I look at is the daily chart as well. And just drawing out your levels. Like, you want to get experience drawing out your levels and analyzing the daily chart and looking at the 200 EMA. Those are all potential areas of resistance and where price could potentially be stuffing. We come out and break out, but the breakout's right at the 200 EMA, and then a lot of the times you'll see a stuff into that level. So that's another thing to keep aware of as well. So daily charts, 200 EMA. What else? I think the news catalyst is pretty important. You don't need, a lot of these times the stocks can run without news catalysts, but learning the potential of the news catalyst is valuable as well, because you can kind of anticipate a bigger move if it's a catalyst you're familiar with, that you've seen result in big moves before, or if there's a trend. That's another thing. But that usually comes just with experience, just seeing the news catalyst all the time. 920, you may ride the stock longer. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like to look at the EMAs. I don't follow it that much to where it's like, oh, it's above the EMA, I have to be holding, or I can't sell until it breaks below the EMA. Some people like to trade like that. I don't. I only use it as a sort of a rough gauge on how to time a pullback. It helps me time the pullback a little bit better. But I'm not using it as my strategy. Like, my strategy is not, okay, price breaks over 90 EMA, let's just buy. Or price breaks below 90 EMA, let's sell. That's I don't use that as a strategy. I just use it as like a potential barometer of where price needs to pull back to. And if we're extended, sometimes you can use that as to gauge whether or not, if you're extended, to anticipate a bigger pullback. Yeah, tape in level 2 is my main sort of indicator, because that's real-time signals. The EMAs are lagging indicators. So MLEC, this one has news as well. This one has 4 million share float. All right, so let's see, the news on this one rises 69% after USDA approval of plant-grown animal protein. 69%. Let's see here. I don't think this is a terrible catalyst either. It's just like sometimes the pre-market winners that are overtraded like this, they don't hold up. Sometimes they don't hold up. And the stocks that are like just starting, NVF, was it NVFY or NVI? NIVF, there it is. And sometimes the one, yeah, so this one already doesn't look too good actually. unless we pop back up. We got to pop back up. It can't be consolidating towards the lows here. Sometimes the ones that are fresh pre-market coming into the open that have a decent catalyst in our low float, sometimes those are the real winners at the open. And the ones that are over-traded pre-market, like MLEC, like a chart like this that's been active for, since 6 a.m., sometimes these, they've already put in the move. They already put in the highs, or maybe they attempt to break the highs and they don't go much further. But that's not always the case. But I find that it's a pretty common trend when the market is not as hot. So hopefully NIVF can get closer to VWAP here by the open. SPCB, let's take a look at SPCB. Penny stock. Doesn't have a lot of volume. Needs way more volume considering it's so cheap. Yeah, not my go-to. Oh, let's get dialed in here. Got 8 minutes. Hopefully everyone is well rested. I've been getting some solid sleep the past couple of days. I go through cycles where I'm like really tired and I get like really deep sleep. Then I go through a cycle where it's just like back to back to back of just like I can't sleep and like I have very light sleep. Recently I've been getting some decent sleep, which is nice. Feeling rested, ready for the day. Sleep is too important. Sleep is way too important for trading. We're getting close to 1K subs. Like I was saying, once we get to 1K subs, I'll publish my 3K live trading archive on YouTube, so you guys can have access to that. So 15 more subscribers, and I'll publish that. I should probably already get that uploaded so I can just publish it since it's such a long video. But no commentary. It's just going to be just a full archive. What else? All right, what are we going to watch here for the opening bell trades? NBIF, let's see, NIVF. I can't remember this ticker name. So NIVF curling back up. It's good. It's exactly what I want to see. It's exactly what I want to see. You got to hold this area. And then maybe we can see a nice surge up to test the highs. The 200 EMA might not come in play as strong since it's a recent IPO. It doesn't have much data to really back up its price as a significant resistance yet. So 200 EMA may not come in play as much on NIVF. But the 200 EMA is on the daily is 143. But we did seem to break that kind of easily here, huh? and coming back down. So now since it's coming back down, this one may not be an opening trade, an opening bell trade, since it's in bearish territory and showing a bearish open. This one, MLEC, might be better for an opening bell trade since we're over VWAP. We're starting to curl up a little bit. But NIVF is definitely going to be on the side chart. So if I just start seeing some volume coming in NIVF, I'm definitely going to jump over, no hesitation. It's really at the open, the main thing I want to do is just, where is the volume? Where is everyone looking? Where is everyone looking? Because that's the stock that I want to trade. I don't want to be trading a failing stock or a stock that's declining in volume. I need to be trading the stock that everyone is looking at. That's my goal. SMFL, let's see this one. Okay, looks like a reverse split. SMFL, 100,000 shares outstanding. That's insane. That's like the micro of a micro of a micro float. Doesn't have any news though. This one may not make a move today. There's no volume. But the day that it does put out news, this thing can fly, of course. Because the float is probably 100,000 shares, which is like, I rarely ever see stocks. Yeah, the float's 300,000 shares. That's what it's saying. Market cap $1.4 million. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so I never really see stocks below near that, less than 500,000 share float. But may not come into play today, but maybe one day when it does give out a catalyst. I differ from you there. I like to trade where everyone's not looking. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I guess there's different ways to trade. Everyone trades different. Finding where you excel is what's important. It doesn't really matter what anyone else says or what anyone else does. Just do what works for you and master it. Master your art, your style of trading. All I can do is share what's working for me. Hopefully that can help you find for what works for you. All right, so let's stay calm, cool, and collected today. It is Monday. We don't know if the week is going to be hot or cold. So it's best to exercise some caution, especially Monday mornings, since we don't know if it's going to be, a hot market or a cold market. Who knows what happened over the weekend? So far, our leading gapper here, MLEC, is up. It's up 100%. So it's giving us a potential, but we got to make sure we manage our risk. And I think we'll do all right. Either way, green or red, we'll be fine since we're managing our risk. So, hope you guys get green. Good luck. Hit that like button on the way out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.